Hello, everyone. Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Sarah and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, SUNY Maritime College.
Good evening, everyone. Just to introduce myself as I pull up my presentation, my name is Amira. I'm one of the undergraduate counselors at SUNY Maritime College. So my territory does include New Jersey. So if you have any questions, I would be your point of contact. I am also an alum of Maritime. So if you have any questions, feel free to also let me know as well. I'll drop my contact information into the chat feature after I present. So again, welcome. So this is a picture of our campus. We are a 55-acre waterfront campus located in Throgs Neck, New York, which is in the southeast portion of the Bronx. The bridge that runs right over our campus is the Throgs Neck Bridge, which will take you from the Bronx into Long Island. So you'll notice water surrounding our both sides of our campus as well as our training ship, and I'll talk about more of that in just a little bit. So first, discussing Maritime by the numbers, we have approximately 1,800 students, 70% of which are in the Regiment of Cadets, and then 30% of which are civilian students. We have 13 nationally recognized programs in engineering, science, business, and humanities, and all of our engineering programs are ABET accredited, which is the highest accreditation that any engineering program can receive. Despite our small campus size, we do have 80 plus student clubs and organizations, and we also have 13 NCAA Division III varsity sports. We also do have smaller class sizes, so 21, which is average throughout your 4 years. So it may be a little bit bigger during your freshman year, but it will definitely decrease as you move up into your upperclassmen years. Our student-to-teacher ratio is 15:1, and that's great because you get a great relationship with your professor. And then in addition, we do not have any teacher's assistants on campus, so you're getting your information directly from the professors. These are a list of all of our undergraduate academic programs. So we have 5 programs in Bachelor of Engineering, 5 programs under the Bachelor of Science programs, and then 1 Associates of Applied Science in Maritime Technology. We also do have 2 master's programs, 1 in International Transportation Management, and then 1 in Maritime and Naval Studies, which also accounts for those 2 missing programs, which brings us up to 13. So we have 3 different types of professional experiences on campus. We've got the U.S. Coast Guard deck license and then the engine license, as well as a professional internship. The deck license and the engine license, just like your driver's license, you have to take classes for that. So essentially, you're double majoring. So you're taking classes for that license and then classes for your major. In addition, you also need driving time. So the equivalent to that is sea time. So the ship that you saw on the very first slide, you will have to spend 3 summers, so summer after freshman, sophomore, and junior year, in order to accrue that sea time to graduate with one of those licenses when you graduate. The deck license focuses on navigation, while the engine license focuses on components within the engine room of a ship. The professional internship, that is something that students will do in order to gain real life experience, work experience, as opposed to getting that license. So students who are on that ship, doing that license, they do have to participate in the Regiment of Cadets, which is a disciplined lifestyle. That is uniformed, not a military obligation, but it is military-esque. The professional experience internship option, that is the civilian option, which is no license, no uniform, you're a traditional college student. So here is our application information and requirements. Our application is open through the SUNY app or the Common App. The SUNY app, we do require an additional application that just lets us know whether or not you're on the civilian or the regimental program. We require a 250-word essay, your high school transcripts, and then at least 1 letter of recommendation. Your SAT and or ACT scores are test optional for the fall 2022 and spring 2023 semesters. or application seasons. The Bachelor of Engineering program, we're looking for about an average GPA of about an 88, average SAT of about a 1200, and an average ACT of about a 25. Pre-calculus is required before you graduate high school for the Bachelor of Engineering programs. Our Bachelor of Science programs include our an average GPA of about an 85, an average SAT of about 1150, and an average ACT of about a 23 or 24. Our application deadlines are November 1st for early decision, which is a binding agreement. We do not have early action, and then our regular decision deadline is January 31st of 2022. This is my contact information, so I can be found via email, Zoom link, and then my office line is listed below. We are also very active on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Also follow us as well, because we will give up-to-date information about any upcoming events, such as open houses and in-person visits. And with that, I thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Felician University.
Hi guys, my name is Kelsey Dennehy. I am the Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Felician University. I am so happy to be able to chat with you guys today. I'm going to go through some basics about Felician, and then our contact information is at the end. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. So the motto at Felician University is our first priority is our students, our second is their future. One of the big focuses for Felician students is not only success while you are a student on our campus, but also making sure that you're set up for success after you graduate. So as I talk about some of the programs, that's something that I'll mention a few times, but it's very important to the faculty and staff at Felician that we're really setting you up for success long after you graduate and move on from us. So we are a small independent co-ed four-year private. We have two locations in Lodi and Rutherford. If you're familiar with MetLife Stadium, we're pretty close to there. We're about 15 miles from New York City. We have 2,400 students in total with undergrad and graduate, about 1,600 undergrad students, and we're accredited by Middle States. So Felician University has 4 schools. We have our School of Arts and Sciences, our School of Business and Information Sciences, our School of Education, and our School of Nursing. So I'll tell you a little bit about each of those. Our School of Business and Information Sciences is really great because most of the majors within that school, you can do a 5-year combined MBA program. So you're with us for 5 years instead of 4, but you graduate with a bachelor's and a master's degree. So when you're looking for jobs and when you're ready to get into the workforce, having that master's right out of school is sometimes can give you a leg up. It also saves you a little bit of time and money as opposed to, doing your bachelor's, starting to work, going back to school. Most students find it easier to just go straight through. So that's something that we do offer for the majority of our business majors. And we also have a computer science program at the undergraduate and the graduate level. Our School of Education has the programs listed here. One of the really exciting things there is a new major in applied behavior analysis and autism studies. So this is for anybody who's looking to work with students with autism and become a BCBA. And then our initial teacher licensure programs are really great. They all include an endorsement for a teacher of student with disabilities. Our School of Education is very passionate about making sure that education works for all types of students, and that's something that they really instill in the students in our education program, making sure that they're able to teach students who learn in any different way. Our School of Nursing is our most popular major. We're very well known for nursing. If you take a look at the top of the screen, you'll see a quick picture from our Nursing Research and Simulation Center. This is fantastic for our nursing students. It's set up to look like a hospital. A lot of our nursing students will go there to practice their skills before they go into clinicals. There's a lot of study spaces and classrooms in there. Our nursing faculty really wants to make sure that our students are successful and ready for their clinicals and those next steps. And as you can see here, we have a 98% average NCLEX pass rate, which is fantastic. We really focus on making sure students are able to pass their exam and get licensed right when they graduate. Again, going back to that idea of making sure that we set up students for success after they leave our campuses. And then finally, our School of Arts and Sciences. So this is our largest school. There's the majors you see here. Within a bunch of the programs, there's different tracks. So in our biology program, we have pre-professional programs such as pre-med, pre-veterinary programs, pre-physical therapy. We also have several tracks in our criminal justice program. So students are really able to create a path in their major that focuses on what they're interested in, such as criminal psychology or counterterrorism. So our professors are really big on making sure that you're getting out of your education something that's going to make you successful in the long run. So, and again, with being such a small school, students are really able to work closely with their professors and find internship opportunities, network when they're getting ready to look for jobs, and if they ever need recommendation letters, those things are really accessible at a smaller university. And finally, we know that a lot of students don't know what they're ready to major in when they're getting, deciding what college to go to. So we have what's called our Discovery Program. This is for undecided students. So you can come into Felician as an undecided major. And what you'll do is you'll work with an academic success coach throughout your first year to make your schedules for both the fall and spring. And that success coach is going to work with you to put you in courses that you may be interested in. So if you think you might be interested in majoring in psychology, they'll put you in a psych class. If you're interested in the business and marketing side, they'll put you in one of those classes, just to make sure that you're getting that well-rounded experience and making sure that you are choosing a major after your freshman year that you're really passionate about and that you're going to be successful in. So this is just another way that we really partner with our students to make sure that we're setting them up for success. So we are a Division II school. We have 14 men's and women's sports. They're listed here, and we're also really excited to be launching esports in the fall of 2022. We have a ton of student clubs and organizations. And again, going back to that idea of a smaller school, if you're looking at this list and you don't see something that you think works for you, it is very easy to get things started on our campus. You really only need about 3 students to get a new club off the ground. So that's a big benefit. A lot of these clubs that you see here were started because students wanted them. And our Center for Student Engagement and Development really makes sure that they're providing programming that appeals to our students.
Kelsey, we do have to move on to our next presenter, so you're welcome to put some information in the chat, but we do have to keep to time and move on to our next presenter, which is, thank you. Next up, we have University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. My name is Jordan. I am an admissions counselor from UNC Wilmington, and we'll spend just a minute today talking about our campus. To kind of get your bearings, we are located in Wilmington, North Carolina, right on the coast. Our campus is centrally located in Wilmington, North Carolina, and the town is second to none. We are in the heart of the town with just 5 miles from historic downtown area on the Cape Fear River and 5 miles from Wrightsville Beach. Though there are many activities on our campus that keep our students busy, they like to enjoy the city as well. So our students enjoy meals and shopping downtown, concerts on the new Riverfront Amphitheater, exploring our biking trails. They act as extras in our exciting film industry, and they study with their friends at one of our local mini local coffee shops. Let us jump right into UNCW by the numbers. So we are a mid-sized university with about 18,000 total students. We are a public university with a doctoral level degrees all the way up. UNCW offers students a place to create, to think, explore, and learn. We offer nearly 60 different undergraduate majors, and the average class size is only 27. We are dedicated to the integration of teaching and mentoring with research and service, and our rank in the top 100 public national universities speaks to that. Here I've presented UNCW's list of majors and minors. And the list is broken down by colleges. So at first we have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Health and Human Services, Cameron School of Business, and Watson College of Education. I have pointed out a few programs of particular interest either because of their popularity or their uniqueness. Of course, this is a long list and you can refer to it on our website to get a closer look later on. One of those unique programs I highlighted was our marine biology major. UNCW even has an off-campus research center located right on the water called the Center for Marine Sciences. Students and faculty come from across the nation to dive deep into our marine biology program, and you can even take scuba diving as a gym class. While academics are an important part of why you would choose to come to UNCW, life on campus is arguably the more fun part. UNCW has a vibrant campus environment. You'll have the opportunity to become involved outside the classroom with over 300 different clubs and organizations, everything from surf club to campus ministries, professional societies, and Greek life. You can show off your Seahawks spirit as you cheer on our 19 NCAA Division I athletic teams or participate in one of our 60+ club and intramural sports. Whatever you're into, I'm sure you'll find it here at UNCW. I also wanted to touch base briefly about the first year admissions process. I have laid out the criteria we're looking for in a competitive applicant, and all this information can be found on the website as well for you to dive deeper into. To make it short and sweet, the very first thing we're looking for is that you fulfill these minimum high school course requirements. Keep in mind that we do require 4 years of math and 2 years of foreign language. Grades and GPA, as well as class rigor, are super important to us, and our average accepted GPA is a 3.9 to a 4.4 weighted GPA. We are test optional for this year's seniors, and tests won't be required for the scholarships either. We don't know what these test score requirements will be for next year or years to come just yet. The other components of our application are pretty standard: a writing component, your activities, and one optional letter of recommendation. To wrap things up, I wanted to point out our 2 deadlines. Early action is right on the corner, November 1st, and students will hear back on January 20th. The regular decision deadline is February 1st, and the students will hear back mid-March. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and feel free to reach out to me at any time. I am the admissions counselor that oversees the state of New Jersey. I will be reviewing all the applications that come in from New Jersey, so you can reach out at any time. I also invite you to scan this barcode with your smartphone right now. If you open up your camera, it should pop up a link that will get you involved with our mailing list, let you know about campus visit opportunities, send you deadlines your way, and overall just keep you involved with our campus as you go through your college search process. It was great to speak with you all. If you have any additional questions, always feel free to reach out. Go Seahawks, of course.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Gettysburg College.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thank you for being here. My name is Rachel Rollins, and I am the New Jersey admissions representative for Gettysburg College. So I want to briefly introduce Gettysburg College to you. And as always, feel free to reach out if something resonates with you and you'd like to chat further. So Gettysburg College is a national college of the liberal arts and sciences, and we have about 2,600 students, all undergraduate, on our campus. We are located directly in the heart of the world famous town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, which welcomes over 3 million visitors per year. The students really utilize that town for the shops and the restaurants, and we're really connected with the community of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So it really brings in a great amount of culture and diversity into the area. We're also in a short driving distance to a number of major cities, which allows Gettysburg students to be connected really well with a lot of significant areas in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. We offer over 65 majors, minors, and special programs. Some of our top ones that are the most popular are business, political science, history, psychology, health sciences, and biology, but we offer programs in pretty much any area of discipline, so there really is something for everyone. You have until the spring semester of your sophomore year to declare your major, so there's a lot of time and flexibility to be able to do that, to really discover what you enjoy. And a lot of students are able to double major or add a couple of minors or things like that. So one great thing is that there's a lot of academic flexibility at Gettysburg College. we have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So students really get to connect with their professors and their fellow classmates, creating a really collaborative environment in the classroom. And as you can see here, your average class size is going to be about 17 students. So really getting the most out of your classes and your education. Gettysburg College has over 120 clubs and organizations, so there's something for everyone in terms of outside of the classroom. Gettysburg students are very involved and they have a can-do attitude. When you encounter Gettysburg students, you'll find students who are interested in a lot of different things and they have a can-do attitude and don't feel limited by one or more things that they're doing. So athletes are able to also get engaged in science research or study abroad and all of that fun stuff. Gettysburg students are very involved and excited, and a couple of fun things about Gettysburg to make it an even more exciting place is that we are number 7 in the nation for our study abroad program, and about 60% of our students do study abroad at some point during their 4 years. We are also number 9 in the nation for our food, and across our 4 dining halls, we have really great food to choose from. So if you have any dietary restrictions or anything like that, no need to worry. You'll definitely be taken care of by our dining services team. We are one of few colleges that has an honor code, and it is student run. So I'd be more than happy to go further into detail about the honor code if you have any questions about that. Gettysburg College is also a Division III college in the Centennial Conference, and we are the only school in our conference that has a marching band. So that really adds to the school spirit and the excitement of the athletic events at Gettysburg. We have 24 Division III sports, and if you are an athlete interested in playing a Division III sport, I highly encourage you to reach out to the coaches at Gettysburg College. They are really invested in their students and really invested in the students' ability to have a balanced life on campus. About 90% of our students live on campus all 4 years, and housing is guaranteed. We are a very residential campus, which really creates a strong community on campus. Of course, after you leave campus, you definitely want to make sure that you're going to be successful out in the world. So we have a really, really strong alumni connection across the entire country and globally. 98% of our students are either employed or in graduate school within a year of graduation. And if you take a quick glance at the bottom left here, you'll see some of the great places that our alum have gone to work. So I'm going to touch on the admissions process really quickly. So we are on the common application, and we do a really deep dive into your transcripts, and we really look at your recommendation letters from your counselor and your teachers. We are test optional, and we've been test optional for over 15 years now, so we truly are. Another really important piece of the application process at Gettysburg College is an admission interview. So definitely look into signing up for either a virtual or in-person admission interview. And I'll quickly touch on our deadlines. So we have early decision and regular decision. We do not do early action. Our early decision deadlines are November 15th and January 15th, and that is if Gettysburg College is your number 1. You'll hear back within about a month if you apply early decision. And as you can see, we have 2 rounds of those. And then our regular decision deadline is January 15th, and you'll hear back around mid-March for that. When you are accepted into Gettysburg College, you're automatically considered for our merit scholarships from the Lincoln down to the Founders. The Eisenhower Scholarship does require a separate piece. And if you're interested in learning more about our merit scholarships or anything like that, definitely reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I will throw my contact information in the chat for you.
Thank you so much, Gettysburg. Next up, we have SUNY University at Buffalo.
Sorry, I lost my mute button for a second. So hello, everyone. My name is Allison. I am from the University of Buffalo, and I'm going to do this as quickly as possible, get through all this information. We are one of 64 SUNY campuses. We are one of 4 large research universities within the SUNY system. And we are the largest and most comprehensive of the 4 research institutions. We have about 32,000 students on campus. About 22,000 of those are our undergraduate students. And we have students coming from all over the country and all over the world. We represent 48 states. So if you know anybody in North or South Dakota, please send them our way so we can hit all 50. We are consistently highly ranked by many different sources. We are ranked as the #1 public university in New York State. We are in the top 40 of public institutions in the country. And we are part of a distinct group of colleges and universities called the Association of American Universities. This group is by invitation only, and it recognizes schools that emphasize research and discovery in their undergraduate curriculum. We were founded as a private medical school, but have expanded greatly since then to include 12 colleges within the university. Everything from your traditional liberal arts and sciences to aerospace engineering and everything in between. Unless you're planning on becoming a famous chef, we probably have something for you. Unless you want to learn the business side of things, then we can take care of you. Otherwise, leave me your contact information. I would love to eat at your future restaurant. We have over 140 undergraduate majors and over 55 combined degree programs that are designed to help students complete their undergraduate and graduate programs in an abbreviated amount of time. We also have over 300 graduate and professional programs, including PhDs and doctoral programs spanning the curriculum. So what does that mean for you as a student? The likelihood of you having to transfer if you change your mind is pretty slim, and you have a lot to explore while you're on campus. You're not a one-note student, and we don't expect you to just study math all the time. So if you are interested in music or theater or you name it, we have it. You can explore all of that outside your major, and we don't want to limit you. We do have an emphasis on research in everything that we do. So we offer 100% of our students the opportunity to participate in research, internships, and experiential learning, whatever that looks like for your program. Being part of the SUNY system, even for our out-of-state students, we offer an unbeatable value. We process over $360 million worth of financial aid and scholarships every year. And we do have scholarships specifically for our out-of-state students that are merit-based scholarships. For those that are eligible, they range from $10,000 to $15,000 a year, which makes them pretty competitive with your in-state flagship institutions. We also have a commitment to making sure our students are completing their college experience in 4 years, saving you some time and money. And so as long as you are doing what you need to as a student, completing classes, passing them, working with academic advisors, if there's anything that we do to prevent you from graduating in 4 years, we are going to help cover the cost of the additional semester or year that you need to complete your degree. We have a bustling campus life. We actually are comprised of 3 campuses. They're all very close together, about 10 minutes apart. We do have transportation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week between the 3 campuses. We have our North Campus, which is located just outside the city of Buffalo in Amherst. It is the center of our student life and the vast majority of our academics. Our South Campus, which is our original home and home to many of our health sciences programs and as well as our architecture program, is just inside the city of Buffalo. And our downtown campus is our new state-of-the-art medical campus. We moved there in 2017 to be at the center of Buffalo's medical corridor. We are attached to Buffalo's Women's and Children's Hospital and surrounded by 3 other hospitals as well. So our students have had opportunities to do research, internships, and their residencies throughout. Outside of academics, we have a lot going on. We have over 400 clubs and student-run organizations to participate in. Our True Blue Spirit Club is probably our largest club on campus, and it keeps everybody up to date on what our NCAA Division I athletics are doing. I know I received my weekly email telling me that our football team kicked some butt last week, so hopefully they keep going strong, but we do have 13 different NCAA Division I sports. We also have club athletics if you're not interested in competing at the NCAA level. And our clubs span interests from cultural to academic, social, philanthropic, you name it, we have it. I will wrap it up here. We have 13 residence halls on campus. We do not require that students live on campus, but there is certainly a lot of life going on. I will skip right to our application deadlines. They're pretty standard. Early action, non-binding scholarship consideration is what you should keep your eye on, which is December 15th. You do have to have everything completed and into us by that date to be considered for scholarships. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have SUNY Potsdam.
One second. Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Rafael, and I'll talk to you a little bit about Potsdam. Perfect. Some history and facts, if you've never heard of us before. We're the smallest and the oldest 4-year college in the SUNY system. SUNY Potsdam has been around for about 210 years, and we're the smallest with only 3,000 undergraduate students. This is great. Again, it gives you the opportunity to have a very concise classes, very much, a lot of attention to you, which is always important. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Again, you will get to know your professors by heart. You will be walking down the campus, and they will know you. You're not just a number to us. You're a part of the family. We're number one rated food in the SUNY system. So out of all 64 SUNYs, we have been rated number 1 for the last, I believe, 6 to 7 years. And the reason being is that we don't have one big cafeteria where you eat. We have 9 of those, and we adhere to dietary restrictions. If you're vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, any of that, again, we honor it. We have over 400 fine arts events and performances a year. So if you like painting, drawing, theater, dance, music, graphic design, you will be able to either major in one of them, or you will be able to just do it for fun. SUNY Potsdam is one of the 3 SUNY art designated campuses, along with SUNY Fredonia and SUNY Porsches. We have over 17 intercollegiate sports team. We are a Division III school. We have 4 colleges within a 10-mile radius. And the reason this is important is because we have partnerships with all of them where you can take free classes at any of the neighborhood colleges. Lastly, we're located just outside of the Adirondack Mountains. So basically, you will be able to do a lot of things that you might not get to do in your hometown. You will be able to go canoeing, kayaking, snow tubing, skiing. Again, things that we don't get to do often. So we have over 50 majors and 67 minors. We have 3 schools. We have the Crane School of Music, one of the top 10 music schools in the country for music education. So again, if you're interested in music education, music performance, music production, the Crane School of Music is great for you. We have the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Education and Professional Studies. We have internships for every major that you choose to pursue, study abroad opportunities, and we also have the National Student Exchange Program where you can go to another state and study at another college for a semester or a full year. Campus involvement, we have over 100 clubs and organizations on campus. So again, there's never a dull moment at Potsdam. You will be able to create your own clubs if you see something that we don't have. But we have academic clubs, we have sport clubs, we have social activism clubs. Again, you choose what you want to do. We have a whole office of campus life on campus dedicated to creating events for your own benefit. Again, we have concerts. We try to bring as many celebrities as we can on campus. Again, all for your entertainment. We have a climbing wall, we have an ice arena, we have an indoor pool, and we also have a gym that was just renovated. So again, a lot of opportunities for you to keep busy. Applying to Potsdam is very simple. We only need 4 things: an application, a transcript, an essay, and a letter of recommendation. That's it. We are test optional, and we have been test optional for the last 10 to 12 years. So we have not required it in a long time. So if you do take it, sure, send it to us. If you don't take it, don't worry about it. We don't need it. However, though, once you submit that application, we look at your GPA. We look for an average GPA of 88. If you are anywhere between 75 and 85, that's fine too. I recommend that you still apply to us. We have the Bridges program and we have the EOP program that are programs designated to welcome students with lower GPA. Then we look at your transcript. We look at what kind of classes you've taken, how you've done in them, any AP, any College Now classes. Again, we look into all of that and we accept those credits as well. Then we read your recommendation letters, of course, and we also make sure that you really put effort into your essay, which definitely do. We read it. If you're a transfer student, similar application process. And then for financial aid, we cost about $22,000 a year. We're one of the cheapest SUNYs out of all 64 of them, which is awesome. Again, great education, great value. The way to afford it is to apply to FAFSA, basically. And also, we're offering merit-based scholarships. So based on your GPA, you can get up to $6,000 in scholarships. I always tell my students that there's always a huge chance of coming to Potsdam without paying anything out of pocket. If you're out of state, of course, that will be about $32,000. But again, as much for scholarships or financial aid, the better for you. This was all. Thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions about anything that I forgot to mention, like dorming or anything, I'm more than happy to, again, answer for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And at this time, I'd like to invite all of our presenters to join me back on stage, on camera, as we will enter our round robin Q&A questions. So starting in the order of which you presented, so starting with SUNY Maritime College, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
So the advice I would give everyone going through the college search process is try to get the opportunity to visit all of the colleges that you're interested in. Coming out of a COVID year and coming out of a virtual year, it's very hard to get a feel for a campus without actually visiting it. Sometimes, I know this is an example of myself, like I didn't really know that I was going to attend Maritime until I actually visited the campus. As cliche as it sounds, you never know if it's the right one until you go and visit or you know that it's the one. So definitely try and visit as much as you can. If not, always try to get into contact with any of the admissions counselors or through any virtual offerings as well. So that's very important.
Felician University.
So one thing that I always tell students, and I actually learned this from our financial aid office, is when you start the college search process, create an email address that's only for your college information. A lot of times students use their high school email, but once they graduate, those get deactivated. So they end up losing contact with us, or they lose like important emails that they'd saved. So create an account. You could just use your name, college@gmail.com, something like that, so that everything, all of the schools you're applying to, all of the emails about open houses and campus tours and deadlines are all in one place, and it makes it so much easier for you. And then you don't have to worry about losing all of that stuff once you graduate high school and lose your student email. So that is the biggest thing that I always tell students.
I'll kind of feed off of
University of-
that. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I'm just going to say, when you do reach out to admissions counselors across the board, it's a great way to get personalized information. We love giving you the answers that you're looking for, but keep in mind that that email language should not be short text language. Great grammar, and I guess a polite tone in your email will go a long way, just as you're reaching out to college reps.
Gettysburg College.
I think the number one thing, kind of going back to what was said, from Amira from Maritime is visiting a college. I think it's really the best way to get a feel for what it's going to be like there, and really give you an opportunity to see what students look like on campus and what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. So I think trying to get out there and visit campus, of course, it's not always the easiest, missing school or being able to get your parents to come with you. So also taking advantage of all of the other opportunities that campus has to offer virtually now, because we have the luxury of being able to do things virtually and in person. So take advantage of all of those opportunities, and know that no question is too small.
University of Buffalo.
I have to agree with everything that's already been said. I also would emphasize, do not stop working in your senior year after you've submitted your college applications. I know UB does, and I know a number of other schools do request mid-year grades, or grades as we're going through. So if we request those and you've let senioritis bite you, it's gonna hurt your application. So make sure that you're staying consistent with your studies.
SUNY Potsdam.
Well, I agree with everybody too, but I also suggest to dream big and to think far. If you want to go away for college, think far. Again, like I know New York is pretty big, and sometimes people think of New York City as New York, but again, New York is huge. You can go as far as almost 10 hours from New Jersey if you really want to. So definitely do that and fill out your FAFSA as early as you can. That way you can also have an idea of how much you have to pay to go to those. Again, it's possible to be able to go far and also afford it.
So starting again with SUNY Maritime College, our next question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Sorry about that. So definitely there is a difference between the regimental and the civilian program. It is very daunting when you see a lot of students in uniform, and a lot of people think that it is military-esque, or a military obligation. But something to remember is that all of our students are essentially traditional college students. So there's no military obligation. They're all essentially very dedicated, very hardworking. And all college students in the end.
Felician University.
The biggest thing I would want students to remember is that we really try to make sure that there is something for everyone at Felician. And if there's something that a student is interested in and they don't see it available, we really empower students to get things started on campus. So that would be the biggest thing. Just know that if there's something you want that you don't see, we empower you to make it happen.
University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
If you are looking for a private school feel at a public school university right on the coast, I guess UNCW is your best option. And we'd love to have you down to the state of North Carolina.
Gettysburg College.
Gettysburg College has a strong value in the liberal arts. So if a liberal arts college is something that you're thinking about, definitely look into Gettysburg. We're a little bit larger than a lot of the smaller liberal arts schools that you've heard about. So you kind of end up in a little sweet spot at Gettysburg College. So if you're considering a private liberal arts, Gettysburg is a great option to provide you with opportunities that larger schools offer at a small community feel.
University of Buffalo.
There are so many things, but I'm going to go with the snow's not that bad, and we have tunnels everywhere. So, if you're a little bit afraid of the cold, don't be discouraged. We'll take care of you. Come hungry, we'll feed you too.
SUNY Potsdam.
I love that. So when people ask me what is the thing that I like most about Potsdam, is honestly how student driven it is. So anything that you want, like if there's a major that we don't have and you would like to petition to bring on campus, we'll listen to you and we'll make it happen if it's possible. Food wise, the same. Like if you want any type of food in our dining areas, we'll also bring it. We're very student oriented and we always listen to our students and we make it happen. You have a lot of power in Potsdam.
Well, I want to thank all of you, our wonderful presenters, for your insights, your information today, and thank you all for tuning in and joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions, and you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/New Jersey. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.